Thank you.
Madam Secretary, this will have to be the last question.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Honorable Secretary, my name is Mohammad Saifullah. I am with the IRM Bureau, working for the government for 20 years in the Foreign Service. I also work with the local South Asian community, and during the campaign we had a slogan, change, and I used that slogan also in our community. And at the same time, I just recently visited Bangladesh and India, and I have observed increasingly human rights, women rights, and child labor violation. And what kind of policy you and measurement you are taking to Bangladesh, India, Southeast Asian countries to protect their rights, and as a local South Asian community member, if I can help you with my experience and anything I can do for protecting their rights. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your service, and thank you for that offer, and I hope you will share any ideas you have. You know, this is a kind of coming full circle. Our first question was about women's rights and disability rights, child labor rights, human rights, which are at the core of you know, our mission and who we are as a people. We will be you know, sending a very clear message that we are hoping to encourage changes in law and behavior. I feel very strongly, and said so at my hearing, that the abuses of human rights, particularly women and children, is a crime against all of us, and it is not cultural. You know, when a young girl on her way to school in Afghanistan is attacked by the Taliban and acid thrown in her face because she wants to learn to read and write, that is a crime. When a young child is deprived of the opportunity for an education and forced into labor, that is a crime. When women and children are trafficked into sex trade or other forced labor, that is a crime. There are so many reasons why it's important for us to speak out against these crimes wherever they occur, and we intend to do so. We also want solutions. You know, not everything is as you know, clear as we would want it to be. You know, there's a great deal of concern on the part of some of our friends in South Asia and elsewhere that ending child labor drives families further into poverty. You know, these are the kinds of difficult questions we have to work in partnership with other countries and recognize and respect the cultural norms, but not end there. You know, I'll just end with this one story because it made a big impression on me. You know, as First Lady, I went to Senegal, and there is an NGO in Senegal that has worked for years. This is not the kind of work that happens overnight. It doesn't often correspond with our sense of time. And it is something that has to be consistent and continued over however long it takes. And because of the grassroots work supported by the United States government with small grants, this NGO worked to influence village elders to end the practice of female cutting. Convinced the elders that it was a health risk, that it was not religiously based, in one village, and then supported those elders who traveled from village to village to make the case. It wasn't instantaneous. It wouldn't fit into a headline. but eventually it started to change attitudes and behaviors and even laws. So we have to be creative in our diplomacy and our outreach. We have to be respectful and humble about others' life experiences and norms. But we can effectively, and I believe persuasively, make the case as to why we believe certain actions violate common, universal human rights. And if we do that with the right attitude and with the patience that is called for, I think we can make more progress than just by issuing edicts, pointing fingers, and making demands. So with that, thank you all for being part of the American Foreign Policy Instrument.